Today, I'm going to talk about the creepiest creatures to ever walk on the earth, Goatman and the Wendigo. You can call them myths or ghost stories, but people really do believe that they're real. The Goatman is the most popular crossing between a human and a monster. There are many different stories of how he has arisen and become so popular, but many more stories from people who says they met them. The first story started at Reddit. A man who dressed up himself into a goat and crawled around in the woods. He tells the internet that it was used to hunt down mountain goats. The most popular story of them all is Anasi's Goatman story. A bunch of teenagers would sleep in a caravan at the forest. In the evening, it starts craving on the door, and after a while, the monster began to sound outside, just like the cat in the YouTube video Cat Talk. He had no tone or melody in his voice, and it was just chatter without any meaning. And the last story is about Stephen Fletcher, who worked on a research center in Maryland. He performed experiments with goats, but one day they went terribly wrong. He mutated himself into a monster and ran away armed with an axe. Since then, you can hear his scream echo through the woods in Maryland. Often comes self-experience events up on flashback, like a ghost story, mostly from America, but some of them are also from Sweden. It often happens in the forest, far from civilization. A group of people are out in the woods. Someone goes to get firewood or something like that. The person disappears for a while. In the air is a scent of how the blood tastes, like iron when you bleed nosebleeds. And it's so strong that it can make someone vomit. The person comes back, stiff and mechanical, and can only answer with words someone else already used. It's a lot like when you learn a new language. The person is mostly outside conversations for himself. The Goatman has taken over the person's appearance and voice and would like to bring someone with him in the woods, and who knows what he will do with them. Karen Hostler, who were a writer to a newspaper around Fletchertown Road, she wrote an article about the search of the Edwards family's missing puppy. The puppy were later found dead and headless. A group of teenagers had heard strange noises and seen a large creature on the night the dog had disappeared. It's also reported that sightings of an animal-like creature that walks on its hind legs were increasing along Fletchertown Road. They connected the headless puppy with the Goatman. And really interesting thing is that the town is named Fletcher, which also is the name of the scientist who mutated himself. Then we move on to the next dangerous creature. The Wendigo is a demonic spirit that can curse and possess a human, causing them to suffer from cannibalistic urges. Many says that it is appearance to the first zombie story. This creature can infect people who taste human flesh or were possessed by greed. But they infect their victims slowly. Their mind begins to take over the body. They're haunted by nightmares and experiencing an unbearable burning feeling in their legs. The Wendigo has a deer skull and sunken eyes. It gives away a strong scent of death and decay. The Wendigo has supernatural abilities, which makes it impossible to flee. The Wendigo is unnaturally big, fast, and strong. The creature is a hunter who can even put up with the harshest climate. A Wendigo becomes more powerful the longer it walks on the earth. Eventually, it would learn to control other creatures and summon the darkness before the sun sets. The Wendigo psychosis is a very real disease. the infected develop an appetite for human flesh. It means that the infected has access to eat regular food, but choose to eat human flesh anyways.